Man, E3 2023 was ass. I showed up at the convention center, and let me tell you, not a single goddamn game on the entire show floor. Although, I think I've set up a private showcase with a developer. He messaged me on Kick, so this should go well. And, that's a penis. First up, we have the PlayStation Direct, I don't know what they call it, State of Play, that's what it is. So Sony showed up to desperately try and sell somebody on a PSVR 2. PlayStation realized that live service games make a shit ton of money. Square Enix is trying to make a Splatoon ripoff, also showed off Final Fantasy 16, but this is the company that recently put out Balan's Wonderworld and Babylon's Fall, so Square's on thin ice. The makers of Abzu and Journey are making a skateboarding game, which is rad. The Plucky Squire looks like a really cute platforming game from Devolver Digital. Oh, what a thrill. That's right, baby. Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, one of the greatest games of the PS2 era, is getting a remake. There's one small, itsy-bitsy problem, though. The last time we got a Metal Gear Solid game without Kojima, it was Metal Gear Survive. Alright, it might be a really big problem. And then we end off with Spider-Man 2, and this shit looks great. Having the older Peter and the younger Miles gives us the best of both worlds in terms of Spider-Man storytelling. I hope there's some differences between the two playstyles, though. A lot of what made Miles feel different was in the animation, so I hope they find a way to keep the game more varied without having shitty stealth missions or boring puzzles. The main gimmick does seem to be the symbiote suit, so I'm hoping the Venom gameplay mixes things up, maybe makes it more of a old school God of War beat 'em up, you know? PlayStation also has a Switch knockoff, which, okay. This presentation was good, more focused on multiplayer games than what we're used to, but still there's some solid stuff. Microsoft is continuing its trend of buying everything before pissing their pants. Lots of DLC, updates to Game Pass, and Elder Scrolls Online. In 2023, Jesus. Fable got a cinematic trailer, as did Obsidian's new RPG, Avowed? Arrowed? Something like that. See, this is the problem with the Xbox shows. Sure, the cinematics are cool, but there's really any gameplay, so I barely know what the game is. This makes Xbox's shows a lot less memorable than Nintendo or Sony's offerings. South of Heaven is a game that's coming out. What the hell is a South of Heaven? One game that did catch my eye, though, was Spiritfarer. It looks like a roguelike, but with a raid mechanic where you can play along with 33 other people. Assassin's Creed Mirage got shown off. Lucky for Ubisoft, the recent entries have been so bad that they made everybody forget that the old games weren't good either. But outside of that, the main focus was obviously Bethesda's brand new IP, Starfield. This direct was hyped up, honestly. Bethesda needs this game to be a smash hit. Fallout 76 was a disaster large enough to tarnish their reputation, so we got a whole 45-minute overview of gameplay footage. And honestly, I'm cautiously optimistic. The idea of a Bethesda RPG taken to the vast size of space is incredible. Building a crew, exploring new planets, and upgrading your gear is filled with potential. If the quest design and world building of this game is on the level of Skyrim or Fallout New Vegas, then we could be looking at Game of the Year. And that's including Pikmin 4, which is the greatest game of all time. The last time I was truly wowed from the idea of a game like Starfield was probably Cyberpunk 2077, and before that it was No Man's Sky. So good luck, Bethesda. Have fun trying to save the state of AAA video games. Although, if we're gonna match this to the Cyberpunk and No Man's Sky expectations, then this game should be pretty good in 10 years. Summer Games Fest was pretty good this year. 50% of the presentation was just Jeff Keighley smiling, so that already makes it better than the Xbox's performance. Sonic Superstars looks like exactly what the franchise needs. Looks like a step forward for the classic 2D formula that's often held back by nostalgia and, old school Sonic with garbage physics and just garbage games. Prince of Persia's new game looks dope. Both Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat got some new stuff coming out, so that's pretty cool. As someone who's not into 2D fighters, my response was a big ol' okay. Listen, the first 94 minutes of this presentation was okay, but when they revealed the new Fortnite season, that's when I realized why E3 shut down this year. They couldn't compete with Big Dick Jeff. Finally, we ended with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The best part is, when it was revealed that it's coming out on 2 discs, some guy wooed at that. That's a weird thing to woo, like, wait until he hears about the instruction manual. And then it says, we still don't know Sephiroth? Guys, he's from the video game. He's the guy from the game you're making. Get your shit together, Square. God. Let me tell you, I've never even once played Super Mario RPG, but now that it's getting a remake, I'm so excited for this game. I've had access to for over 25 years, but I've never wanted to play. Detective Pikachu is getting a new game. I think somebody wanted this, I don't know, maybe the developers were just held at gunpoint. We also got new information on Pikmin 4, the best game of all time. This is the real system seller. Looks really fun. Pikmin 3 was, in my opinion, one of the best games on the Wii U, so finally getting a new, legit-looking next-gen Pikmin game is pretty damn cool. There's also a dog in the game, which automatically makes it better than most games. Nintendo's making funny haha pigeon games that's both a battle royale and a rhythm game. I told my therapist this, and let me tell you, it did not go great. Finally, we ended off with Super Mario Wonder, a brand new, wholly original 2D Mario game. Footage of this looks funky, because I feel like we're also used to the new Super Mario games, that even a slightly different art style feels insane. But yeah, the game looks pretty fun, and then Nintendo made him as an elephant. Funniest shit I've ever seen, guys.